It's the Morgan Shinlever Show.
Welcome to the first taping of the Morgan Shinlever Show. Coach, it's good to be with you. Looking forward to an exciting season.
Well, I'm looking forward to it too, and glad you're here to spend some time talking about the season.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about the season now. This is your third year. In your first year, rough start as you were rebuilding. You learned a lot of lessons. Your kids matured. Second year, much better. Some big wins last year.
Mm-hmm.
Now as you go into year three, what are your reasonable hopes and expectations?
Well, we've raised the bar of where we want Bearden football to be. So the next step we're going to do is we're going to take it, into year three by hopefully adding a couple more wins. We're going to continue to do what we're doing with our program as far as expectations, routine, and discipline, and hopefully set ourselves up for even a better year four. It's a habitual process that you've just got to do daily, and I think 2016 is going to be a good measuring stick for this football season.
Now, you've seen them in the off-season work. You've seen two-a-days. What did you like about the makeup, not so much the personnel, but just your team, its attitude, and its makeup?
I think we've got very resilient kids that are striving to be coached, that are very adamant about coming in daily and doing the things that are going to make them better as individuals. So anytime you got kids that understand that it's a process and that process is more important than the result, you're heading in the right direction.
Sure. Talk to us about some of the strengths of your football team, both in terms of personnel or any characteristics you want to point out.
Well, the one big strength we have this football season is going to be our defense. We're returning 9 out of 11 on defense, so that's always going to be an exciting time when you've got that many experienced bodies coming back. We're very fast up front and on the perimeter defensively. We showed that in our scrimmage the other night against South Dual, so much that the other staff was complimenting us on it. That's definitely going to be a strength. They'll probably have to carry us some in some early games when we get into region play, but we'll eventually get to where we need. We're a complete football program.
Sure. And what are some things that have to improve for you to achieve what you want to achieve this year?
The first thing is going to have to be our offensive line play. Other than one senior, we are very young up front. We are looking right now at about 3 sophomores and a junior rounding out that front 5. So those guys have got to be able to gel and come together quickly with their chemistry in order for us to be able to do the things we need to do offensively to be a successful football team.
Is that a matter of them having the talent, just having to mature them in terms of mentally and their makeup?
The offensive line we have this year is a very talented group, probably a little bit more so than we've had in the past several seasons. So their ability level is not in question. The thing is, we've got to get them to play as juniors and seniors when most of them are sophomores. They've got some Friday night experience they're going to have to gain, and they're going to have to grow up quickly with that. Physically, they're sophomore bodies, but we can negate that experience and the lack of size and strength maybe because of their young frames by making sure that we're technically sound and fundamentally in the right spot on each play.
Is it fair to say that the growth curve can be high with sophomores? I mean, game 1 to game 4, because they're going from 0 experience to, say, 4 games, can you reasonably expect a pretty good improvement?
Yes, you can. And what's really important is in those first 4 games, only 3 of them are non-district. So we've only got 1 district game in those first 4. So starting off with 2 non-district teams will also benefit us greatly up front with that young group.
Talk about some of the guys that you know are ready, that you know are going to be really plus football players for you. Just tell us a little bit about them.
Well, I think the first thing you got to start off is the heartbeat of our defense, Cam Miller. Cam is a returning all district player, all prep extra. He's a senior linebacker for us. So as he goes, we will go as a unit. He is our leader of our football team, not just the defensive side of the ball. And then next you've got Jordan Ferguson, who is a 2-way player, made a lot of big plays on defense last year for us. He's coming back, and he's going to have to really take on that role. Linemen, as often said, they're kind of unsung heroes, but defensively, Tyler Cooper has got some big shoes to fill. But at the same time, Cooper made a lot of big plays last year on his own. And he is starting to emerge as that not only that vocal leader, but the emotional leader. And we depend on him every day, make sure his guys are in check.
Tyler picked up some weight. He was very thin last year, but very effective. Now,
Yes.
I think at the point of contact, is it fair to say we're going to be better there, and that he can be even better football player than we saw last year?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the great things about Tyler is, he was a little on the lighter side. He's up over 200 pounds now. He's really dedicated himself to the weight room this offseason. But yet he's been able to gain that size and strength, but maintain his speed and his high motor with his level of play. So I anticipate Tyler Cooper having a big season for us.
Sure. Now, offensively, besides Jordan, who plays both ways.
Mm-hmm. Offensively, of course, you got Ty Warren returning at running back. Ty was a workhorse for us last year. He had 238 carries without a single fumble and right around 1,000 yards. So he was a large part of our offense last year. And I think he might have gotten overlooked some because we threw the ball so much. We had a very prolific passing game. But as Ty Warren goes this year, and the other running backs that are supporting around him, so will our offensive unit. We've got Jaquavius Russell, who was a cornerback last year. He's coming over trying to help us out on some offense too. Really help us with some big play capability.
Sure.
So as far as our perimeter